everyone. It's Ashley Gronewald with Hunter Row Real Estate, and I have my friend Allison here joining me from Thrive Motherhood. I'm so excited to have you, Allison. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me and asking me.
Of course. So Allison and I have become friends just through our connection at the Summit Church. And then she's also my small group coach. So she helps keep me centered as my husband and I lead our small group. And so she's just a great support to me. And so one day we had our kids together and we had them playing, and she was sharing with me a little bit about this organization that she started called Thrive Motherhood. And so I'm hoping that today we can learn a little bit about what this organization is, what prompted it for you to start it, how we can get involved, and hopefully encourage some of the moms that are hopefully listening today. And if you are with us live listening, please send in any questions or comments you have. We'll try and get those answered while we're going through the questions. But if you listen to this after the fact, please feel free to send questions in, and Allison and I will try to respond as quick as we can. So Allison, tell us a little bit about you and then where Thrive Motherhood came from. Where did that idea come from?
Okay, yeah. So I am a Raleigh native. My husband and I met like 6 years ago. We got married in 2015. And then I now have a 3.5-year-old girl named Lily and a 1.5-year-old boy named Paxton. So we've been at the Summit, or I've been at the Summit for over 10 years. I graduated from NC State. So yeah, so Jim is the same, graduated from state. We're very local and well connected, I guess, to Raleigh just because we have been here forever. Jim owns a small business making furniture, kitchen tables. And so we do that from our home. And so our parents live here. So yeah, so anyways, our whole life is here. So when I was pregnant with Lily, I was working, and I worked actually at a financial advising firm then. It was a great job, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do long term. So it just got my wheels turning. Then when I had Lily, that was like a slap in the face of, wow, welcome to motherhood. It's really not at all what I thought it was going to be. And it's amazing, but it's also is your life, especially the first year. So after I kind of got out of that newborn haze, I realized, okay, I love being a mom, but I also know that God gifted me with certain skills and gifts and passions outside of being a mother too, and I don't want to just ignore that. So I started thinking and praying for really 2.5 years. What does that look like? How can I use, my gifts and things that I love to do? And so this really a year ago, January 2020, I just started putting my ideas down on paper. I love connecting people. I love building relationships. I love events and gathering. I'm a people gatherer. So how can I do that in the motherhood community and bringing moms together? Because I know if I feel like this, then many women feel like this. And so in March 2020, I decided I had a name, Thrive Motherhood. I had a mission statement, and then COVID hit. And so I put a pause on it and really launched Thrive Motherhood August 2020.
That's awesome. And so, because most of the listeners probably don't know what Thrive Motherhood is, they may be moms that may have similar feelings that you described of like, wow, this isn't what I expected. And tell us, like, what is Thrive Motherhood? You said you had a mission vision statement for the organization. So what is it? Now we know where it came from. And then it kind of, the timing of it hit with, a unique world circumstance. But so in August, it fully formed into Thrive Motherhood. But tell us, what is it? What is your vision statement?
So Thrive Motherhood's mission is to help moms discover their strengths, skills, and passions, encouraging them through community so that they thrive in and out of the home. So Thrive Motherhood, the vision of it is really to be very inclusive and all-encompassing to any mom. So whether you work or not, whether you stay home or not, different ethnicities, different religions, different backgrounds, just really any type of lifestyle. I want it to be a place where any mom feels welcomed and comfortable, because we're all in the mission of motherhood together. Motherhood is very similar, really, along all those different things that I said, different demographics. So how can we come alongside each other and encourage one another to do motherhood, but also what we were made to do? And so we do that in 2 ways. The first way is through monthly play groups which is really just a community building piece of it. So we meet up at parks, public playgrounds, and that's just to meet one another. Our main focus is we have monthly events that are only for the moms. And so no kids, it's directed towards helping women figure out what they're good at, what they love to do, and then helping them see this is how you can do it, and also fostering that community as well.
And is the vision for you to help them kind of put a resume together to get a job, or is it more just a creative outlet or finding things that they are good at that maybe they have stopped thinking about because motherhood has just taken such a big piece of their time and their energy and their resources? What are you trying to encourage them into discovering?
Yeah, really the B statement that you said, the second one. We've had one targeted towards women who are small business owners. We've had one targeted towards any woman of how we all have influence and how to recognize that influence and to make it meaningful and purposeful. We have one coming up on how to stay grounded through worry and anxiety. We have a couple coming up for working corporate moms, working just any type of working mom. And also, I'm really excited, we're having an event solely for military moms. So it really is just to reach into motherhood, again, like in all aspects of it, every lifestyle, to provide something for every mom. Oh, we're also going to have like a fun bar 3 class together one morning, and just to get together and encourage one another through having fun. So yeah, so it's for any type of mom, but again, it's just to foster that, okay, like our identity can't be wrapped up in motherhood solely, or we're going to drown. And so how can we step outside of that and see, okay, I was created as Allison Cray with many different roles and many different gifts and passions, not just being a mom.
That's awesome. And so is this a group that you join and have a membership to, or is it something that you get notifications of the events that are happening, whether it's the play dates at the parks or the gatherings that are just for the moms? They listen to speakers. How do you get involved in this as a mom to say, I want to be a part of this?
So we have a website where we have a play group tab, so you can see the schedule of play groups to sign up there through a form. We have an event tab. Most of our events are ticketed, so a small price, usually like $10 or $15. And so those you can just sign up whenever you want to come to the event. We normally have wait lists. So the past couple of events, we've had a very small number of tickets, like 15. And then most other women will be able to watch on Facebook Live. And so then we also have for purchase take-home charcuterie boxes where you can enjoy those with a friend or two and watch the Facebook Live together.
That's awesome. I love it. And so really, I mean, there's a couple different avenues that people can get involved, whether they just want community with other moms that are local to our area, maybe discover a new park or playground that they can go to, which is awesome. I know that's one outlet that's been really helpful for me as a mom, is just to get out of the house, one, because I feel like I sometimes can drown in the house. I think my kids do a little bit better. Meeting new people and just building relationships and connections happen that way, where you realize that you're not the only one on this island by yourself, maybe drowning in what this looks like as a mom, you know, whether it's your first child or your fifth child, like there's all new things that happen. So I think there's such a need for a community like that. So thank you, one, for putting that together and giving this to women. I think such a great option. And then also these more formal settings where there's someone speaking. So whichever appeals to you, maybe get involved that way. And so at the end of the day, what is your overall vision? I mean, we've heard your vision statement. What would you say, you know, a year from now, 5 years from now? What is your vision for this group and for the women that are coming?
Yeah, so right now I have 2 girls on my team. Their names are Nicole and Lindsay. And so they're helping me with the events. We also asked to partner with other organizations to help us plan events. So I would love one day for Thrive to grow to the point where I'm not planning every event, but like we have people who are able to collaborate with us to plan events outside of our sphere as well. Like the military mom, we have a military mom helping us with the event. And so doing that on a broader scale in the Raleigh area. And then also I would love one day to take it to other cities and other countries once we figure out a way that we can package it up to replicate it with other women in other places.
That's awesome. And then of the events that you've done since its inception in August last year, which one has been your favorite, or what's a take-home nugget that you've had from one of the speakers that you've loved?
Well, I love the small business one. We had it outside Lafayette Village. Jubala was there. Actually, Hunter Rowe, we had Hunter Rowe sponsoring it, which was awesome. And so it was really cool talking to the moms afterwards. This was our second event, and just talking to the moms. We had about 30 women there, and there were so many women saying, I really have always wanted to do this, to start this small business, but I've just been like frozen or paralyzed with like, I don't know if I should or if it's worth it. And just hearing all the panelists say, I had the same feeling, and I just decided to do it knowing if I failed, it will be okay. And how, you know, they're able to get past that, and how their business has been so fulfilling and thriving. And so that was just very rewarding to hear how many moms that really influenced them and encouraged them.
That's awesome. And for you, I know you were talking about your business, making tables, kitchen tables. Do you play a part in that business? Like, is that part of your role in life? Like, you're a mom, you're a wife, you do a lot of discipling through the summit. Is that a part-time job, a full-time job for you?
So it's Jim's full-time job. Before kids, I used to help with the staining and the painting. And then once I had Lily, I helped with the marketing and the social media and the emails. And now I've slowly progressed out of it. Jim thankfully has other help now too, but Jim knows that I just can't do everything.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. And then I think you're an Enneagram 7, is that correct? Yeah, so through and through, 7, wing 7. I was just going to say that you saying that you loved gathering people, like that's a very common, I think, 7 theme, is that you love fun, love being around people and being a connector. And so for people to take advantage of just that gift that you have, like you said, I think I'm not a 7, but being at home sometimes can feel very isolating as a mom. And then you throw COVID in there, and I think the isolation gets even more intense. And so, you know, even though it might be difficult to get childcare to help to be able to go to one of the, you know, formal events, or just getting all the kids bundled up to go to a playground, it feels like a lot of effort, but probably the positive outcome is worth the effort it's going to take just to get you outside of that maybe rut that you might be at home. And then also kind of giving you some creative juices that are inside of you, just getting them flowing and getting you excited. Kind of like you said, all these women that are like, I have this small business idea, and they just need other people that are excited for them and with them to encourage them. And it sounds like this is the space to go and feel that encouragement to maybe take the next step. Would you agree?
Yes. Yeah. The park is definitely a good first step for women if they don't know anyone at Thrive or the events. I know that can be intimidating going anywhere where you don't know anyone. But the park, because usually there's just about 5 of us, so it's a very chill atmosphere where we're able to get to know one another. But also I love getting together with people, whether it's on coffee or just connecting on Instagram or email. So if anyone wants to just reach out to me and just start a conversation that way too, I would love that.
That's great. And I think I saw, was it WRIL that picked you up, or someone picked you up? So what was that? What did they pick up? What event were they at? And kind of what was their take on Thrive Motherhood?
Yeah, so the Go Ask Mom page just interviewed what Thrive Motherhood was. And we actually were about to do an event in November when they interviewed me on motherhood and race. And I was really excited about that. We still did it, but we had to do it virtually. It was going to be in person. We had 40 women signed up for it, and we were probably going to have it covered too. But then that's when COVID kind of cracked down again. So we had to move it all virtually. But that was amazing too. Just hearing women of all different races talk about their experience because of their ethnicity. And it was just very encouraging and enlightening too.
That's awesome. Would you share anything that came from that was interesting, like you said, or enlightening about motherhood and race that came up during that?
So we had 3 women who were all different races and that they were not white. And it was very interesting to hear them talk about how in their race and culture, it's a lot more prominent to be so family oriented and to live together and to do, just everything together with your family. And unfortunately, I feel like the more, white American culture has kind of stepped away from that. And so we were able to celebrate and highlight and praise so many awesome things in other cultures around the world. And so that was just really cool to hear how everyone has, their highlight and something to celebrate in their culture and race, no matter what color, ethnicity you are.
That's amazing. So if someone was wanting to, let's say, sponsor an event, how could they do that? Or if there's someone who would like to speak at an event or has a topic they think that would be relevant to the women that would be attending or participating, what are the best ways, or how are you going about getting sponsors or getting keynote speakers?
So Thrive Motherhood right now is funded through business sponsorships. And so we have a level of marketing for sponsorships. And so normally we try to reach out to businesses who would easily relate to whatever event or topic we're doing. It would be great marketing for them. And then speakers too, like I'm just constantly networking to figure out that for our next event. So if you're interested in sponsoring, we have a great level of sponsorships of different perks you receive from our events and on social media. And then if you would like to even donate a venue, that's always something we're looking for too, or speaking, please email me. You can go to our contact page on our website, or I'm sure it's pretty easy to find a way to contact, but yeah.
That's great. And then, so for you, what have you discovered from this, being a part of this, about your gifts? And I mean, that you're a 7 from the Enneagram, that you're a connector. So what other things have you learned from Thrive Motherhood? Knowing your identity as a mom isn't everything for you, and you want to kind of get that message out to other moms, like, you can't kind of hang your hat on just that. There's other gifts God's given you and wired you with. So what are some other things that might encourage someone listening that's like, I don't know that I have any of these gifts they're talking about. I don't want to start a business. I just am feeling a little overwhelmed by just being mom versus, maybe other gifts that are deeper inside of them. What would you share with them?
Well, I definitely realized through even just Thrive Motherhood that I become a much better wife and a much better mom when I am able to just even get out for like 2 hours. So say when I come back from an event, I feel so recharged and more like myself, pre-COVID, pre-mom, pre-everything. I just feel like exactly who God created me to be without anything else, any other roles. And so that's something that I've learned, even when I am planning an event, thinking about, okay, I want this to be something that moms really look forward to, that they enjoy, that they have fun doing. And so, yeah, even if you're not looking, to start a business or start a job or whatever, but just being able to get out and recharge yourself when you are connecting with other women, again, is it's totally worth it. And it's been really cool because I've had so many network meetings, and every time I have a meeting, I just come away learning something different about myself, about Thrive Motherhood. I have a different idea that I would have never thought about. And so that has been really, really cool too.
That's amazing. What about, do you have any visions for this year, 2021, specific for Thrive Motherhood that you hope to try or implement? I know you're just a new organization, but any ideas that you want to kick off this year?
Well, we just kicked off. I'm constantly looking for ways now to build it because we are a pending 501c3 nonprofit. And so, but I'm also trying to figure out the business side of it, how to sustain it financially and have revenue continuing. And so we're starting Thrive Motherhood business membership. So if it really for businesses that are a little bit on the smaller side and don't have the finances to invest in a larger event sponsorship, then they can become a member. It's very cheap right now. I'm starting the launch at $15 a month. And so they could become a member to be a part of our network. And so in our network, we'll have a business page on our website, and then have, again, different social media perks where we'll talk about you in Instagram stories or send out an email to our subscribers about you or whatever it is. And so I'm hoping that's a 3-month commitment. I'm hoping to kind of get that rolling out in 2021 and grow that part.
Gosh, that's so amazing and exciting for sure. And I'm even thinking like brainstorming with you of like even ideas of having like cohort groups out underneath the Thrive Motherhood, you know, within spheres of influence or different businesses. So you could have different cohorts of people meeting together that are more like-minded, whether that's a real estate kind of cohort or design cohort, you know, all those different avenues could be really cool too. So I think there's a lot.
Yes, I will need to talk to you about that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one thing I love to do is just empower women. Like, you know, being a full-time mom and a full-time real estate agent, I am so passionate. Like you'll hear my voice get loud. You'll see me using my hands really big when I start talking to women about building a business, because I'm so passionate about it, because I don't think it means at the expense of your kids. Like if it is, then I'm not interested. But if you can do both and feel alive, like I feel alive as a real estate agent, but I also want to be very involved with every detail of my kids' lives. And I have that blend. Not all careers are going to allow that, but mine does. And so whenever a woman is thinking about real estate, I get so excited because of the benefits it's had for me. And, you know, that's something I would love to share with any of the Thrive, you know, women, just about, you know, stepping out there and, you know, taking a risk even of if it's starting a business or picking up an old business that they had and running with it, or supporting their husband. If their husband has a creative business like, you know, Jim does, that they could come alongside and do marketing, but that gives them life because they're really good at social media and that type of thing. And just realizing that for some women, you don't have to say no to building a business while they have little kids. I mean, some choose to, but for me, like you said, I feel more alive, a better mom, a better wife, having this outlet that I get to use the gifts that I've been given. And I still use those gifts as a mom, you know, but it is really rewarding for me to even let Ellie, my oldest, see me as a real estate agent, even though it means I get to pick her up from preschool, and that, you know, I'm home with her more than maybe a mom that's in a full-time, you know, job in an office. But I think that this is such a great organization that can offer so much to moms in this season of life that can feel very just isolating, is what I've experienced at times.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that is exactly the feeling.
Yeah. And I think that there's probably so many people out there feeling the way you did, that never knew how to put kind of legs to it. And you did, which is so amazing. And so I do hope that anyone listening, or anyone that knows someone that this could impact, share this with them so they can listen to it, check out Thrive Motherhood, go to at least a park playground date. I mean, that's the lowest, easiest way of, you know, getting involved. And then from there, decide if you want to engage in maybe some of the more formal events. Where are the best places for people to get in touch with you or Thrive Motherhood?
Our Instagram is where, because just most of the moms that we're reaching are on Instagram. So Instagram first, then we have a link on Instagram to everything else. So to our website, we have a link from the Instagram too. So in our bio, we also have a Facebook page. So yeah, basically anywhere you can find us.
Great. And I have that up on the screen, thrive.motherhood on Instagram. So check that out. And I would encourage anyone listening to get involved in a community. It's so good for our mental, spiritual health, just to have other people like-minded that are in a similar stage of life. I mean, we experience that in our community groups or small groups at church. If you don't have something like that, having a group of women that are moms going through similar struggles that you can talk with and share some of those struggles and work through them together, hold each other accountable. I know I have a mom friend that she gives me ideas when I'm feeling the mommy guilt, that when we get together, she helps take that burden of mommy guilt off my shoulders and tells me to stop being so hard on myself, but then gives me some really good practical ideas on how to be more intentional with my kids so I don't have that mommy guilt that I'm feeling. Because we wear a lot of hats as moms. And then if you are an entrepreneur or professional woman working outside the home, there's lots of hats we're wearing. So is there anything else, Allison, our time is wrapping up, that you would want to share with women that are listening, or anyone that's considering Thrive Motherhood? Anything you want to share? Last parting words?
Yeah, again, like, we're just doing this. I'm doing this because I am just so passionate about helping moms feel connected and get connected somewhere, just like you said, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we are running this as a business, but at the end of the day, I'm not making any money. Yes. So I really just want to help women out. And so, yeah, please, like, I would love to connect or network with you in any way possible to help your business or your idea. So please reach out to me. Always feel that.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time. I hope that everyone will check out Thrive Motherhood, get connected with Allison, and look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Thanks, Allison.
Thanks, Ashley.
All right. See you.